Alrighty, thank you all so much for staying for our second team of the morning. Please welcome from Hyderabad, India, Notefynd. Before we begin, I just want to hit on a couple of housekeeping items. Teams, you will have 1 minute for your elevator pitch. At 1 minute, I will be cutting you off in order to maintain equity and fairness. At 30 seconds, I will be waving this yellow paper. And at green, I will be waving, at 15 seconds, at 15 seconds, I'll be waving this green paper. If one of you on your team can just chat message me privately in order to let me know who will be giving the elevator pitch, that would be fantastic. After your elevator pitch, you will share your 10-minute pre-recorded video that shares the aspects of your business and product. If this video goes over 10 minutes, it will be cut off. Finally, each team will be allotted 5 minutes for judges to ask questions about your product. Given that we have 4 judges who all want to learn more about your business, please make sure to keep your answers brief, so we will approximately give each judges around 1 minute to talk about the business. After this, there will be about 1 to 5 minutes to score and transition. In total, each team will be up for around 25 minutes total. Joining me once again are our judges, Mr. Miller, Mr. Boland, Dr. Krishnamurthy, and Mr. Bajaj. I'm just waiting on that message to let me know who the person is that will be giving this elevator pitch. And we will, fantastic. So Adit Srinivasan, we are so excited for you to do your elevator pitch, and we will begin that momentarily.
A problem faced by millions of students worldwide is that they struggle to understand concepts from just one source. I present to you the solution, Notefynd. It's a platform where students can share notes as well as video explanations with others in order to gain merit points, which they can use for their further academic pursuits. Our current target market is 200 million people between the ages of 13 and 25 in India, and that will expand as we expand. We aim to grab 10% of the total global edtech market share in the next 10 years. We've already launched our MVP in April and have over 150 users and 500 notes on the 10th version of our app. We've also received LOIs from 11 colleges stating that they will accept merit points as an external credit criteria in the process of admission. We also have nearly 25,000 students who are ready to download our app, and we haven't spent anything on marketing. This is Notefynd, a place where you share, view, earn. Thank you for your time.
Fantastic job. And now for the pre-recorded 10-minute video.
I was just scrolling through Instagram when...
Students, please note that there will be a surprise test on colligative properties at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Can you please send notes for tomorrow's test? Thank you.
Can you please send me notes for tomorrow's exam?
Dude, can I have your notes, please?
Dude, can you please send your notes for tomorrow's test?
The scenario we just showed you is a very common one among students. After conducting extensive research and drawing from our own experiences, we found a problem. Students have a hard time understanding concepts from just one source of information, and they also can't segregate between important and non-essential things in the textbook.
We present to you the solution, Notefynd. Notefynd is a platform by, for, and of students where they can share and view notes and articles to learn better and help others do the same. We bridge the gap between those who need notes and those who are good at making them. The paradigm shift from offline to online caused due to the pandemic makes it the ideal time for Notefynd to launch. We categorized our service into 2 parts, for the viewers and for the authors. For the viewers, we provide a platform for students to view notes, video explanations for better understanding. We aim to connect the students and the author of the notes together. On the other hand, for the author of the notes, we provide a platform for them to share their notes and video explanations to supplement the notes. We provide likes and comments, monetary compensation in the form of 30% commission. But most importantly, we provide merit points. These merit points will be awarded to the authors based on various factors, including the number of views on their notes, number of followers, likes, and their activity on the app, etc. We have a dedicated team of content moderators to make sure all the notes hit the Notefynd standard. These screenshots show few features on our minimum viable product. And even though this is a dense slide, at Notefynd, we give utmost importance to user experience for our customers. And this is a UI flowchart to help them navigate the app. And as mentioned in the previous slide, we take user experience very seriously. And based on customer feedback, we have added several features such as request notes, multiple color themes, and a web app to make Notefynd accessible to the masses.
You may ask, why Notefynd? I'll give you one simple answer. We have 5 features in one place, whereas the existing alternatives have only a few of them. As you can see in this table here, we blow the competition out of the water.
Notefynd is part of the edtech industry, which is valued at $106.4 billion. Our target audience are the 200 million students between the ages of 30 and 25. Our addressable market is the high school students, precisely 9th to 12th grade students, which is valued at $37.7 billion. And our obtainable market is 10% of our addressable market. These are the channels Notefynd is planning to market through. We are using AdSense because it is an optimized and targeted way to advertise online. We are also using social media as one of our main marketing channels, as we believe that our target audience are really active on this platform. We also have devised a system of referral marketing in our app to incentivize users to join and market our platform. We circulated a survey with these 4 questions, and most of our 571 respondents thought our idea would be useful to them. This is the amount of traction Notefynd generated in 2 months without spending a dime on marketing. 150 plus users, 1050 plus profile visits, and 500 plus notes. We've also been featured on one of India's leading newspapers, the Indian Express. We conducted more than 50 interviews with all our major stakeholders to validate our idea, and all of them have only good things to say about Notefynd. We also received a testimonial from a former co-president of the Stanford Public Interest Technology Lab, indicating that we have potential to expand to the lucrative North American market. Thus, we both have qualitative as well as quantitative validation to show that Notefynd has achieved product market fit.
Notefynd has an unparalleled presence in schools, and here is the evidence. We have received letters of intent from 4 leading schools and 11 higher education institutes who have agreed to introduce Notefynd to their existing and incoming students. They will also consider the merit points as an additional evaluating factor. This gives us a ready audience of nearly 25,000 students. To summarize the last 4 slides, this is what everyone says about us.
This is Notefynd's pricing model. Guys, I can't see the pricing model. Oh wait, I just realized. Notefynd will not be charging its customers anything for its primary offering, that is Notes, for the first 1.5 years in operation. This will be done to promote user growth and to build our credibility as a platform. Then, towards the end of our second year, we'll introduce the paper note model, where students will be able to buy notes of popular creators for as low as 50 rupees or $0.7. Later, we'll also introduce a subscription service, where students will be able to subscribe to Notefynd for 400 rupees per month to download 10 notes. They'll also have an ad-free experience on our platform. Notefynd's revenues and growth will be a function of 2 very important factors. These are the number of unique users on our platform as well as the number of notes in our database. This is Notefynd's cost model. We'll mainly be spending on marketing costs as well as remuneration. We want to hire the best personnel possible to give our users the best experience they can get. This is Notefynd's revenue model. Our main revenue streams will include subscription, paper note, ethical data exchange, and ad revenue. Here is an overview of Notefynd's finances. As you can see from the cost versus revenues graph, our costs increase at a slow and steady pace, whereas our revenues increase exponentially. By the end of year 4, we expect to hit over $2 million in net profits. We'll break even sometime between year 2 and year 3. Now let's dive into the unit economics of Notefynd. we'll have an average customer acquisition cost of $5.09 over our first 4 years in operation. This will mainly be spent on Google AdSense, social media, and referral marketing. The average lifetime of a customer will be 3.5 years. That's typically the time spent by a student in high school or in an undergraduate degree program. After considering an industry average churn rate of 13.2% and our average annual revenue per user of $9.61 US, we arrive at an LTV of 29.3 USD. Thus, we'll have an LTV to CAC ratio of 5.75, which is higher than the industry average and looks very lucrative for our potential investors.
This is Notefynd's lean canvas. As you can see, our unfair advantage is that we're the early movers into the note sharing space, and we have customer loyalty through our unique point system. Our unique value proposition is that students can interact with others who are subject matter experts and thus can learn better.
Here is the SWOT analysis of Notefynd. We have discovered that our strengths are that we are a student-only platform with an amazing merit-based community providing a wide variety of content, while our weaknesses could be lack of experience and information leakage. In the future, we plan to forge strategic partnerships with experienced individuals in the edtech industry to neutralize our lack of experience. We also plan to strengthen our protection of IP by hiring a dedicated team for data security. Notefynd's vision is to make quality education accessible to every child on the planet by enabling collaboration between students like never before. Our mission is to be the world's leading aggregator of notes and build a community with sharing as a core principle by empowering students to learn. This is how Notefynd plans to expand in the future. We've already launched in April 2021 in Hyderabad and Mumbai. And in September 2024, we expand and market to students in countries such as Singapore and UAE, where the curriculum and academic culture is similar to that of India. In 2028, we hope to register 1 million active users across the world. We also plan to contribute 3% of our revenues towards online education in rural India. By the end of year 4, we will have contributed over $200,000 towards this cause.
This is Team Notefynd. My name is Adit and I'm the CEO.
My name is Tejasvi, I'm the COO.
My name is Geeta and I'm the CDO.
I'm Sanjana, CMO.
And I'm Kunal, the CFO.
We would also like to take up this opportunity to thank everyone who's been a part of this journey. Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations, team. Y'all did an amazing job. And now for questions, I'm going to start with Mr. Miller.
Thank you. Great job, Notefynd. This is very impressive. I have a two-part question. One, you appear to have gotten significant traction with your prototype, the product that you've developed to date. And my question is, for the prototype, did you charge or was it free of charge? And then the follow-up question to that is, how did you determine the price point for the subscription? In other words, what the students would be willing to pay to get you the numbers of users that you projected?
Right. Thank you very much, sir, for your question. So in regards to the first part, the prototype was completely free, and we marketed it to certain user groups to whom we had connections, and we asked them to test our app. And like we mentioned, we got over 150 users on the app, and they gave us regular feedback, and we have made 10 iterations of the app. That was a very successful prototyping stage. In regards to your second question, we determined the price point by basically looking at the buying power of the average students in India. And we want Notefynd to be as inclusive as possible. So in the future, one of our major goals will be to introduce support in many regional languages so that students in rural and urban rural parts of India can also access the app. That's why we set a price point which is much lower than our competitors who offer more comprehensive programs, but are just simply not affordable for many students. That's why we settled on a price point of 400 rupees per month from the towards $6.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic. Now to Mr. Boland, I will remind you to keep your answers brief.
My question has to do with the other stakeholders who you might have talked to. I'd be curious to know if you had considered the makers of the actual original curriculum, like the textbooks and the like, and how you think they're going to react if this platform takes off. Do you think they'll welcome it, or they'll be hostile to it? And how do you see reacting to that?
Right. Thank you, sir. Adit will take this question.
Right. Thank you for the question. So we're not technically competitors to the people who are making the curriculum and stuff like that. We're basically like a supplement. So for example, you still have the textbooks, you still have the primary sources of information, but we're just a supplement to that. So for example, you read something and you don't understand it, you read someone else's notes and you maybe understand it better. I hope that answers the question.
And to add on to Adit's answer, will also be used mainly as a revision source for students. So like just before the exam, you can't flip to a 40-page textbook and go through each aspect of what's in the curriculum. You'll want to look at the important points. So that's where notes come in.
Fantastic. Now to Dr. Krishnamurthy.
My question relates to, this is a fantastic app, what you have done, and I'm impressed with the progress you have made. How do we validate the content, the notes created by the people? First part. Second part is with multiple systems of education, CBSE, ICSE, State Board. Which one would you cover in your app?
Right. Thank you very much, sir. Geeta will be taking the first question.
Hi, sir. Thank you for your question. And to answer the first part, we at Notefynd, we give the utmost importance to customer relationships, and to keep that integrity and to give them that assurance that notes are credible, we have a 2-tier content moderation system. So the first tier is basically the customers can do user reports on the content. And the second tier is where we have a team of interns who work to check all the notes and to make sure that they're accurate. And after they've been checked, there'll be a white tick on the app when the viewers view it, indicating that the notes are accurate and credible for them. And as per the second part, right now we're at the MVP stage. So we targeted the ICSE board. After we make more updates and bring in more people, we'll start considering the other boards. Thank you.
Fantastic. And now finally from Mr. Bajaj, just a quick reminder to also keep your answers brief.
Good job, guys. Awesome. Two-part question again, sorry. So first question is on your prototype. Did you guys pivot or iterate in a way that changed your original idea, or did you do anything different that made you, deviate or stay on course? What was that experience like? And the second question is more on the same. What do you think your challenge will be in a few months from now? What do you anticipate? What do you think you'll run into?
Right. Thank you very much, sir. So Geeta will take the question regarding the prototype.
Thank you for your question. Regarding the prototype, we have faced initial challenges, like sometimes the app crashed, but always whenever we launched or we updated the app, we always took in customer feedback because that's what's most important to us. And when we got that feedback, we got a few suggestions, like you should change the UI interface. You should add a request notes button so that they can request for specific notes. And we initially launched on the Google Android Play Store, and Android iOS users couldn't use it. So later, to help that, we made a web app so that Notefynd could be accessible to the iOS users as well. And to answer the second part of your question, Tejasvi will be taking the question.
I'm sorry, can you please repeat the second part of your question if that's not a problem?
Yeah, sure. I was just on the same line, given what you know, what you've experienced, what you are going through right now, what do you think you may encounter in a few months from now, 6 months from now? This is a generic question, so you can even go a year from now. What do you think your big problem would be?
You have 15 seconds remaining.
Yeah, our problems could be majorly an imitation of the product, because we believe our validation is huge and other companies could technically imitate our company. And also marketing could be a problem right now, and Kunal would add on to that.
Right, so
I'm so sorry, we have run out of time. I apologize. Great job, team. Judges, you now have around 4 to 5 minutes to get in the information. Thank you so much to Notefynd. And next we have Watch.